Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Daniel Sampson. He was 71 years old, and it says he was last seen in 1994 in October. Brown hair, no, white hair, brown eyes. White hair, brown eyes. And so, I mean, how do you disappear when you're 71? It doesn't seem like somebody would just disappear when they're 71 years old and never find any remains. And then I found this, Interior Board of Indian Appeals. And this is from 2009. And it says, on May 1st, 2009, the Board of Indian Appeals received a memorandum from Administrative Law Judge transmitting to the board a notice of appeal from Gerald Sampson Sr. seeking review of an order reopening and modifying decision entering March 16, 2009 in the estate of Daniel Sampson. Deceased probate number. On May 2009, the board received 5 additional notices of appeal, all substantially identical to the one from Gerald Sampson Sr. Signed by Audrey G. Sampson Olney, Theodore Sampson, Bruce Sampson, Beatrice Soquatsanet Sampson. The order reopened the estate at the request of the Yakima agencies, on the ground that descendants' individual Indian money account included Yakima tribal per capita payments that were made after the descendant's death, which should not have been deposited into the account. We docket these appeals, but the additional 5 appeals were sent to the board by Audrey Sampson only. All 6 individual affluents are children of the descendant. An order determining heirs entered March 18, 2008, found that descendant died on October 30th, 1994, at the time of his disappearance. The agency sought reopening because the tribal per capita payments were made and deposited in descendant's account after that date. The ALJ declined to consider as conclusive a devised death certificate submitted by Audrey Sampson only, which reflected a new date of death, October 17th, 2001. And then if you look at the Find a Grave, it lists the death date as October 17th, 2001. So the ALJ concluded that the date 2001 was based on a Washington state law under which the fact of death may be presumed and an estate distributed after an unexplained absence of 7 years under certain circumstances. Even considering that law as persuasive authority, the ALJ concluded that the date of death is still a question of fact, and that the evidence in this case supported his earlier factual finding that descendant's disappearance was caused by his death on or near the date of his disappearance on October 30th, 1994. Oh, this looks like it's missing a page because it's got a period here and then it just says dismissed now, like there's a page missing or it's out of order. As ultimately because the ALJ provided accurate instructions for filing an appeal with the board. See, it starts like mid-sentence even though this page has ended. That's weird. So, an appeal from the probate's judge decision must be filed with the board within 30 days after the decision was mailed. Anyway, and I don't know how they know which date he went missing or who last seen him or anything like that. So this shows October 30th, although I believe this said October 17th, didn't it? Yeah, which reflected a new date, October 17th. So I don't know what the date was. Date of disappearance, October 30th. So I don't know. And then here's a John Doe. And it says that this John Doe is 5'7" to 5'8". But I'm having a hard time trying to find somebody that's 71 years old in the area from Yakima, Washington. And Yakima to Spokane is 3 hours. And this gentleman, they said he's 40 to 60 years old. But he looks older to me. Maybe it's just me, but he looks older to me because I know people that are 60 years old. My husband's, 60 years old. So, and I look at him, and to me, he looks easy like he could be 70 years old. So I don't know what they do to choose that age, but it says his hair color is black and gray, but it looks white in the photo, doesn't it? With their reconstruction, and if you look at the post-mortem photos, it looks white to me. So I don't know. This is the only person I could find. And it said he was a smoker. And it talks about what he was wearing. So here's a John Doe that was an elderly man that was only 3 hours away that nobody knows who he was. And they believe he was living as a transient. But this man died in 1992, which is 2 years before he's listed as missing. So I couldn't find anybody that was 71 years old in Washington that was missing. And then I found this one in Oregon, 1983 to 1989, and he was too tall too, 5'7" to 5'9". And this is partial skeletal remains. So, I question, I don't understand. How does a 71-year-old man go missing and he's never heard from again? There's no vehicle listed. And they never found his remains? I really just don't understand that. And like I said, I couldn't find anybody that fit his description. But I did find this elderly man that was 2 years before. So, and then he's missing a finger, and this one says, it doesn't say anything. I thought there was something about his finger that was weird, but I just don't understand how he went missing, and nobody ever found his remains, but who knows? Maybe you know. If you have any information about this, please contact authorities and let them know. Maybe you feel like you contacted them before and you let them know, but maybe it's been a lot of years and you don't know if it's the same detective working on it. And just let them know if you know anything about his disappearance, about what could have possibly happened to him. And please feel free to leave comments because, it's interesting to, wonder what might have happened to him. And if you know who this John Doe is, which you would think that somebody would know who this is. It's been a lot of years, and to me it seems like somebody would know who he is. And honestly, to me, he looks like he could be 70 years old, even though it's 2 years before. But anyway, please feel free to leave comments and let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.